strength refers to the underlying muscles of the torso and a child's ability to maintain their position and move from the centre of their body outwards. It's an essential component of a child's ability to balance and their sense of where their body is in relation to the environment. Opportunities for play, both indoors and outdoors, mean adults can support children's core strength and coordination through subtle interaction as well as playing games. A child's early years are essential for physical and sensory development, and this in turn supports learning and development outcomes across the curriculum and beyond, including long-term health. We're talking about core strength and coordination, and I'm interested to know, in your practice, how does that manifest and how do you support children to be physically active and keep moving?
So I've been thinking about large things, wheelbarrows, spades, buckets, and things that we have available every day in the water park, adult-sized buckets and adult-sized containers, really big containers. And the other day a couple of children were filling up a plastic jug full of water that was impossible for them to lift. And there were a couple of them playing together, and I thought I just put the pole through, and I just wondered what they were doing. I thought, oh, what are you going to do with that? And they both picked up the water container and carried it from the bottom of the garden all the way up to the sand to make their volcano. And it was this real strength of lifting and perseverance as they moved up the garden together.
I'm thinking more about babies really, and about how they have that kind of opportunity to be active even if they're non-mobile, in the kind of non-mobile sense of not being able to walk or crawl yet. I know at our setting quite a lot of the time we split our babies into two groups to make sure that there's space for them to really want to move. They've got a lot of space and freedom and time to be able to explore the space around them, and having the resources at their level but actually that aren't too close, so some of them are potentially a bit more challenging to get to, so that they have that kind of intrinsic motivation to want to move to get to something. I find is beautiful to watch and see how they develop that active role in their physical development. Another thing that's really jumped into my mind in terms of sensory development is about being barefoot. I think actually in earlier settings a lot of the time that kind of risk aversion can really come into play from adults when they're potentially worried about hazards from children not wearing shoes and socks, especially outdoors. But actually for that sensory development there's nothing like being able to get your toes into grass or sand or mud, and that doesn't actually have to mean you're outside of the setting. You can provide that in tough trays and in different sensory experiences, even water trays, allowing them to, those youngest babies, to kind of really be as free as they possibly can be, provides a wealth of opportunity in terms of sensory development.
Definitely, I think you take in a lot of information from your feet when you're moving around barefoot, and also actually it means your body's moving in a different way, so you're using your muscles differently, so it links in again with core strength and coordination in a big way. Children need limitless opportunities to move in ways that challenge them and help them become stronger and more coordinated. This is the foundation for physical development and everything else that depends upon it.
Children have a natural instinct to explore and be curious about the world around them. Environments that invite children to touch, taste, smell, listen and look provide a wealth of opportunities for developing core strength and coordination.
Go outside. Be in spaces that give children the sense of big, boundless physical play. Being outside in the fields and woods, parks and playgrounds, running in the wind, clambering over logs and climbing up trees promotes power, coordination and control.